You are now listening to the Inner Circle Podcast Network.
Never die. 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 Never die.
Fuck you.
But before I get into today's podcast, I want to thank Jon Andersen's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Look, you're trying to lose weight, get in shape, feel great, all that good shit. Well, guess the fuck what? You can easily do that at Jon Andersen's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Look, you don't need to be a professional athlete. You don't need to be an athlete at all. You could be just a regular, normal person just like myself. And you know what? You can take control of your diet by learning how to eat, when to eat, what to eat, and how to eat it. You can easily do this with Jon Andersen's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Look, it's a program that just teaches you a lifestyle change that's going to greatly help you achieve your goals in losing weight, maintaining a figure, maintaining a shape, maintaining a weight in an easy, simplified process that helps you design something that can fit your life. And you can easily do this with Jon Andersen's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Trust me, this works. I'm going through it. I'm losing weight, feeling great, getting back in shape and all that good shit. And at 39 years old, I am doing phenomenal. So just go down to Jon Andersen's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Just mention Angry Dad, and they'll take care of you. Link is in the notes. CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. That is CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. No job too big, no job too small. Residential, commercial, does not matter. CH Concrete can help you. Just mention Angry Dad, and they'll take care of you. Sundays. Sundays is a lawn care company that literally uses the power of Google, the power of the internet. You enter your address and they break down your lawn, your geography, where you at, where you located, how much sun you get. They use satellites to track your lawn, and guess the fuck what? They help you put together a package that you literally hook to your hose, spray your lawn, and it makes that shit luscious and green. So if you want your lawn to be taken care of, you want your lawn to be lush, thick, and beautiful, you want to be the envy of the fucking neighborhood, you can do that with Sundays. Just use the code AngryDad at checkout. Use the link in the notes. It really helps me to fuck out. That is Sundays. Take back your fucking lawn with Sundays. That's getsundays.com. All that good shit. Links in the fucking notes. Official. Official is a hip-hop inspired street brand. Look, rooted from the Tucson, Arizona by the homie Casual. Get hooked up with 25% off your entire order at official.com. Use the link in the notes. And you know what? Like I said, hip-hop inspired streetwear, hats, hoodies, shirts, bracelets, all that good shit at official.com. Angry Dad at checkout. 25% off your first order at official.com. Let's get right into today's show. All right. It is time. And you know what? I have a guest today. This is the second time he's been on. I have Arlen J. I'm talking about mindsets. This man is out there teaching people how to put mindsets in, teaching people a new way to think, a battle-tested program. I'm talking about media deprivation, murdered out mindset. There are so many things that people forget that needs to be done to be successful in life. And Arlen J, the man with the plan, let's dive right into it. This murder out mindset is where I want to start this conversation.
Oh man, okay, that sounds good. Black on black, man, streamline. That's the idea. You got to streamline your mindset. You talked about media right there, right? There's a lot of distractions in this world, so you have to streamline your mindset. That's a lot about digital deprivation. Deprivation, what we take in, obviously in the media, the audio, what you take in, you digest, your food, everything. Once you get that all streamlined, basically have that murdered out mindset.
That's it. With that murder mindset, for those who, there's not a lot of people, with the people that I talk with, everyone's always trying to learn how to sharpen their skills and sharpen their minds. What is the first go-to that you would tell somebody to just start, how to begin the process?
To begin the process towards what? To discovering mindset? Or
yeah, the discovering mindset, the mindset of success, because everyone has a daily mindset, but there's never a goal-driven mindset amongst regular people. And when I mean regular people that are living a day-to-day life, because that's the one thing that everyone is we have a day-to-day life. We get up. We're not doing much. We're just kind of just going with the everyday plan. But the thing is like for you, for me, we wake up, we have goals, we have set boundaries, we have set things that need to get done for us to complete our day. But most people just go through the motions, and the mindset of success, it starts with a spark, and that's what I'm trying to see if you can enlighten the listeners and viewers of what would be a spark to get that going?
First off, conscious awareness. It's the bottom line. Conscious awareness. If people don't know what conscious awareness is, they need to look up. They need to look that up and start there, right? You're talking about goals. You're talking about the top of the morning, people going through the emotions. Well, neuroscientists today say that we operate basically on 5% of consciousness a day. 5%. That means the rest of it is operating unconsciously. So you're operating off of patterns of yesterday, last week, months, from your childhood, right? So if you're not attacking right when you wake up, you need to be able to have conscious command. That's something I speak of a lot. Conscious command is the idea of being consciously aware, that conscious awareness before your eyes even open. You need to own your first thought. I would tell that to my daughter while she was sleeping. I'd go to wake her up. I'd whisper in her ear, instead of just saying, hey, we got to go, or it's time, for you to get to school. I'd say, own your first thoughts. I whisper that in her ear so that she knew right away. She's awake. I'm aware. What is it that I want to feel? Who do I want to be? So the first thing is conscious awareness. And if people, again, they don't know what that means, that's the bottom line. You got to get with it. Go look it up. Come learn it at Prodigy Mindset.
And that's the thing too, is like with the projects that you're doing, I just wanted to touch bases on the program with how people can find you and just learn more about this.
ProdigyMindset.com. That's the main hub right there. And if you go to the site, you're gonna get some good insight. I like to keep it somewhat mysterious, but there is a lot of verbiage in there and good description of what you're gonna get into. But the meat and potatoes, man, I don't talk about it anywhere. You know how they always hear about these secret schools of whatever it is, mindset or consciousness or whatever it is. It's kind of secret in that way. And also in the idea, I've had people who have experienced, maybe they've gone to meditation retreats. And the idea is that sitting down in meditation, that's going to provide you with conscious awareness. It's going to eliminate the sort of runaway train of negative thinking, right? But the problem with that is, and I used to teach meditation. I taught it for a very long time. I'll maybe get into that in a bit. But the idea is that when you get up from that meditative position, which is that traditional position, whether it's sitting cross-legged or whatnot, right then and there, if you don't own your thoughts, you don't have conscious command, you're going to get triggered. So the idea is that you need to be able to take that, whatever you do in meditation, that sitting meditation, into a walking meditation. So that's really what this program, or all the programs, kind of teach. How do you become a walking meditation? You don't need to go to some monk monastery someplace in the mountains to learn this shit. You come back in the real world, you're going to get fucked up again. You need to learn how to do it right here in this world and thrive in this world. We're here for a reason. Our soul is here for a reason. We're here during the digital age. And right now, what I teach is how do you maneuver through the digital age? So the program, it's a gym. It's really a gym. You go in the gym, you train for 21 days. And within the first 10 days, digital deprivation is part of it. What do? Dial out to dial in. When you're able to do that 10 days out of the month, social media, news, whatever it is, it doesn't own you. You operate it. It doesn't operate you.
With the digital age happening now, I'm a person that needs to be plugged in with what I do and with the business that I'm trying to create and with the universe and gravity that I built around me and my just in what I do myself. I have to be plugged in on almost a 24-hour basis. I do unplug here and there. It's far and few between. But the thing is, with the digital age, with most businesses, it's hard to unplug because, time is, and this is just how I'm going to, my analogy for it is time is money and money is time. But the thing is sometimes, I find it hard to unplug because if I don't respond, if I don't answer, if I don't stay on top of my media, or if I don't stay on top of the digital age, I literally get left behind in the progress of what I'm doing. And I always find it the hardest thing to let go because it's always, I got to constantly check my phone. I got to constantly check my emails. I got to constantly check notifications. And with all that happening, a lot of us find it hard to unplug from the social media, the digital age, because it has such a tight grasp on it. What started making you feel like, we have to unplug from this?
Well, I mean, two things. If you believe you have to be there, then you do, right? Your belief creates your reality. So if you believe that, cool. I believe that I can step out for 10 days and I'm going to be just fine. That's my belief, and therefore it is. And that's the way it goes. Secondly, we say that at Prodigy Mindset, the idea is that you deprive yourself from all the things you don't need. If it has to do with work, you got to be on there for work, then you better be on there for work. You better not be just scrolling just for the fuck of it. That's nonsense. If you could have conscious command over that, then you know how to move her through the digital age.
Yeah, see, and I have conscious, I'm going to say conscious command, but I do have a conscious of, I know how much I'm spending on online. I know how much I'm dedicating in my time, my effort, my day into how much media I put. But the sheer willingness, and like once I heard of digital deprivation, I really looked into it. I really had to dive deep and pay attention to what it is and what I was feeling it is. And, just like a regular job, I do set time aside where I'm like, all right, I'm separated, because you do feel that relief of the pressure of needing to know and needing to see and needing to just stay up to date, because you don't need to be up to date with everything. But a lot of the times we always have that feel of it. It's such a drawing feeling.
I can tell you, man, that when I'm been in digital deprivation and I'm about to go on, I'm incredibly aware that I'm about to go on. I'm incredibly aware that I'm going to look at profiles or whatever it is on social media. I'm going to look at news and I'm going to be like, whoa, it's going to be impactful when you've deprived yourself of this. The thing is that I have that command, and I have that where I enter it consciously. A lot of people, they're just, as soon as they wake up in the morning, it's just like right to the phone, unconsciously. And that's where you falter. If you can have command, you can go into it in a very conscious way, you own it.
It's one of those things that, it's difficult, to separate, because we're all willing and wanting to have this like approval, you know what I'm saying? And it's like almost these cell phones and these computers are deriving these impulses out of us, because it's like, we have a connection to the world. We have something that's connecting everybody at every point in time. And it's such a weird and awkward feeling. And at the same time, it's such a weird and awkward, knowledge to have, you know what I'm saying? And it's so weird to me. So like I said, when I got into the digital deprivation, I really dove deep and started looking into, how I feel and what I feel about it. And it like how I feel is like, I'm drawn to it because I understand the need and want and the marketing for it and all these things. But the thing is like, it made me much more aware of like, man, I'm kind of sinking myself into it. It's almost like one of those gamer mindsets where you see these gamers that are locked in their basements playing video games all day. And, nothing against those, because, you're going to do what you want to do. But it's actually taking the pause to sit down outside, get in some sun, get in some exercise, get in the separation. And, and that's the thing too, is just like you said, this is a gym technique. This is a gym set. This mindset of this digital deprivation is something that can absolutely help so many people get focused on their lives.
100%, man. When you've got that clarity and you're living in the world, like maybe how it was 20, 30 years ago, probably even more recent than that, you realize that life is really fucking good, man. Nobody's bickering at each other. The news isn't, talking a bunch of trash that they shouldn't be talking. You start to go, oh, damn, I feel good. And when you feel good, you can get those gym goals, especially, you can get on top of those. But if you're constantly looking at shit that makes you feel bad, no way you're going to feel good in the gym either. So that's the point. You want big gains? You need to streamline it. Back to murdered out mindset. You need to streamline that shit. So with you, man, I think you are doing good in the world with everything that you bring on your platform of podcasting and social media. The thing is that everybody here, I believe it, everybody here is born into the digital age for a reason. Whether it's to combat it in some sort of way, help it, like what I'm doing is I'm trying to show people like, it's good, man. You can get so much information out there, but at the same time, I like to think that it's too easy for us, right? So my programs, they're all reading. They're reading and you get text messages. There's no videos, there's no audio modules. It's basically self-study, because that's self-leadership. I want to train people who are leaders. And if you come to me and you read and you do it and you put in the work, you're going to get it. But that means you're a leader.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like that separation from watching videos, watching instructionals, you know what I'm saying, actually reading. Because a lot of times people forget the importance of that written word. Because what ends up happening is it actually, and it's been shown in many studies, where reading ingrains in stuff in you. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a different version of subconscious absorption. You know what I'm saying? Because when you read something and you read it once, you read it twice, and all of a sudden you know it by the back of your hand, and then you understand what's going on. And that's good media to get people across to understand that.
I'm real big about primal connection, right? And reading is primal in the way that great men of the past, how did they learn? If they wanted to know something, they had to really seek that shit out. They didn't go Google shit. Google's fucking like lazy shit for most people. You need to really fucking want something. Those men wanted it. They had to read. They had to search for that. I'm big about honoring the men of the past.
Yeah, see, getting knowledge like that, like I said, because everything's at the tip of your fingers, but when you have to physically search something out, it's almost like a reward in itself. Like, I've learned something that no one else has learned. And that's one of those things that we lose touch of nowadays. It's like, you know, everything's such an easy access. You can literally YouTube anything. You can YouTube how to YouTube, and there's so much access, but it's like no one's really working for the knowledge anymore.
That's hilarious. You can YouTube how to YouTube. No, man, you're right. You're right. And like I said, I struggled a little bit with the idea that, man, all these, you know, people out here seem to have, you know, their information via, like, I don't have a YouTube, right? I try to do the podcast stuff, and I was like, this just isn't me. It's not me. And if I have to get my information out there in a very, you know, slow way, so be it. I'm going to stay true to me, and I'm going to stay true to what I believe in. But I've struggled with it. You know, should I be doing all this audio and audio modules? And, you know, let me explain this even further. I'm like, no, fuck that. Again, I want leaders, and leaders are self-study. They read. They'll know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yes, because like I said, real leaders will seek out knowledge, and when you find the knowledge, it's understood. And when it's understood and it's applied, that's when you can tell who will be great and who will be mediocre. Because that's the one thing that a lot of us forget. We settle for like what is available. We settle for what is going on. And the thing is no one's ever really like there are exceptions here and there for people that excel, but the thing is for those who are truly dedicated to themselves, truly dedicated to what they do, they will strive to get to that greatness. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is like the basics, just like I said, the primal level of what people are willing to accept and not willing to do. It is very noticed.
100%. Yeah. You talk about primal, and I was saying a little bit earlier, man, the programs are really big about primal training, because right now we've lost touch of what it means to be primal. A lot of people will talk about how, you know, we no longer hunt. We no longer, well, you know, we've got hunters for sure. I'm in Texas, man. There's hunters all over.
Yeah.
I grew up hunting. But for the most part, nobody's really hunting for their food, right?
Yeah.
So that was a very primal thing. Eating, though, eating is still very primal. It doesn't matter whether you caught it or not. So a lot of what we teach is about connecting to what you still have in a busy world. You're living in New York City, you can still get primal. You need to know what that looks like, and you need to put your focus towards it. Yeah,
no, and that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, even right now, my diet right now just in itself is as primal as it could be, because I have a carnivore style diet. I keep everything to a minimum. I do enjoy food, but my majority of my diet is red meat, fats, and that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's like, oh, it's not good for you, this and this. I was like, no. Eating the sustenance of red meat, it makes me feel 10 times better than if I was eating just plain regular chicken or eating like all these other processed foods. Because like I said, the majority of my food comes from red meat, steak, ground beef, and it's basically a salt and pepper lifestyle, but it tastes good, feels good, and my energy level's through the roof. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people are always going to talk shit about one fucking process or another.
Yeah.
You know, you able to be like, no, fuck that. This is what I need. It's about intuition, man. what's right for you. There is no like one thing.
Yes.
So I don't really talk about food because you got to find what's right for you. But what I do talk about is how do you get connected to what's right for you? And how are you able to keep all the bullshit at bay when people are trying to tell you, oh, that's not good for you.
And that's the truth. And that's the truth. That intuitiveness came to me through process of elimination of like trying different varieties of foods, diets, meats, and just going through this long life process of, you know, just this fitness life that I've lived. And I finally have it dialed down to where this works for me. But the thing is that intuitiveness is the hardest thing to self-teach. But when you can have a guide that can push you to understand, listen to your body, have that primal instinct come out and understand like, oh, I hear it, I understand it, I get the signals, I see the flags, this is what I'm doing.
100%, man. That's it. Primal focus, man. That's what I was talking about. Primal focus as well. You have to have that. You have to be able to understand what the hell that even means. You need to be able to, like a hunter, in that primal state of catching, of trapping, you have to trap consciousness. You have to trap conscious awareness. That's what's going to get you in touch with your intuition, figure out what's right for you and what isn't. Knock out all the fucking noise, even better. It's more streamlined.
Yeah, that's the thing too that I've learned through just through the time that I put in for everything that I've ever done is like really fine tuning that tuning fork of life, because once you can fucking hit the frequency of your mind, your body, and your soul all in one fucking shot, it fucking resonates so fucking hard. All of a sudden you become this new person. All of a sudden you see the truth around you. And when you see that truth, it's so enlightening.
100%. You're talking about frequency, man. You not only seeing, but you feel it. You know when somebody's bad, they're next to you. You know,
Yeah.
you can feel that. Your intuition goes off. There's frequency. Everything is fucking frequency. And again, you know, back to Prodigy Mindset, that's when you go to the homepage, alpha brainwave training.
Yep.
It's alpha frequency. That's exactly what you tap into. When I used to teach meditation, I started back, it's probably around 2004, 2005. I was working with Dr. Liddy Hazen back in LA when I was there at Power Play MD. I was a head trainer for a while. And I taught kids. I taught kids out of Compton, Watts, South Central, how to basically meditate and how to own their thoughts. At the time, I was really fumbling with the fundamentals, man. But it was all meditation based. But again, going back to when I realized as soon as they got up, triggered, I was like, shit, how do you get that frequency up on its legs? That's exactly what we teach as well. The alpha brainwave frequency, that's part of the walking meditation. That's part of conscious awareness, conscious command, primal focus, murdered out mindset.
See, and that's the thing too, is like, it's one of those things that I always try to speak and talk to about most people, because everyone always wants to, how do I get fit? How do I do this? How do I do that? And the one thing I'm always pushing is first, you have to want it. First, you have to want it that bad. And then by wanting it that bad, you'll get to that level. But the thing is, a lot of people aren't interested in wanting something that bad. And they have to have that epiphany moment. They have to have that fucking, that snap, that final straw, that something that's going to fucking really want them to change, because some people are just willing to deal with it. But the thing is once you hit that breaking point and you actually change your mindset and change your thought process and you have that trigger moment in your life. And the thing is it doesn't have to be a trigger moment. It could literally be words. It could be passion. It could be anything that you're willing to put your mind to. And that's something that people need to understand.
Yeah, desire, man. You said it, dude. You got to want it. It's everything. I mean, besides conscious awareness, that is the bottom line as well. You got to want it. You got to want conscious awareness. You got to be done with the fucking patterns, because that's it. We all have patterns, right? We all have these crash patterns, but the people are so unaware of it. I had it as an athlete, man. I tanked everything I did as an athlete. I played briefly college ball soccer, but man, I had a fucking poor ass mindset. I couldn't recognize my crash patterns. And you've got to fucking want to be done with those patterns, you know?
Yeah. Now, again, you're done with those patterns. Like I said, I on my podcast, I speak about, oftenly of, I remember my moment when I realized my patterns, and I had literally was having a mental breakdown at my job in the back of a work truck, wondering and asking myself, why am I dealing with this? Why am I going through this? What the fuck is happening? And then all of a sudden I sat down and it fucking hit me like a bolt of fucking lightning. I was like, it's because I'm letting it happen to me. And because I realized that at that time in my life, I told myself I will never be like this, accept this, or even take in the negativity of the other people that made me get to this position.
Damn, when was that? How long ago?
Whew, man, that was probably 2005.
Yeah, all right. It kicked you into gear, man.
Oh yeah, big time kicked me into gear. It literally put me into a tailspin in a good direction. So I guess it would be an upspin, but it got me in the gym. It got me thinking right. It got me thinking positive. It got me to not accept the patterns of the bullshit that I kept doing. Drinking, partying, going out, having a hangover, fucking dealing with other people's drama when I have nothing to do with it. It literally took me out of the position and hole I was in to be like, I no longer accept bullshit, negativity, or wrong in my life.
Yeah, man. A lot of people don't call that hitting rock bottom, but I don't think that's it. Because when you hit rock bottom, you can still stay just above that.
Yeah.
You right there, what you explained is just noticing a pattern. And when you can see the pattern versus kind of going, oh, I hit rock bottom. Great. I'll never be there again. Bullshit. You're going to get close.
Yep.
If you don't recognize that pattern, you're not going to elevate.
Goddamn fucking truth. God, because I don't know how many times I hit that rock bottom before it fucking, hit me back hard enough to be like, oh, okay, I see it now. You know what I'm saying? I had to fall quite a few times before I had that aha moment and was like, oh, it's my fault. Let me fix this.
100%, dude. 100%. Yeah, man. Hey, in regards to you brought it up in the very beginning. You said battle testing. I know that you talk about, you take heavy weight and you take it to max. Like you take it to failure. You're doing what? More sets than most people will, right?
Yeah. No, that's the thing is like being like, just like you said, battle testing, being battle tested. I got to a point where I physically got so jacked and so huge that everything was light to me. And then it got to a point where I had to tell myself, no longer, no warm-ups. I go till I fucking can't move. And so I would load up the bar. Man, I put 315 on the incline and rep it till I couldn't stop. I'd fucking put 405 on the squat rack, rep it till I can't fucking stop. I'd fucking 150-pound dumbbells, just fucking dumbbell flat bench pressing. I'd fucking leg extensions, squats, dead. Like going that hard and being that hard, that you need struggle, you need resistance, you need to break yourself to build yourself. And living in that is what made me who I am, because I knew that I can go beyond what I thought I could do. I can be beyond what I thought I was. And you know what? To create and mold a body that I wanted required me to absolutely fucking go the hardest I could ever go in my life.
Dude, 100%. And that's what battle testing and Prodigy Mindset's about, man. It's about the idea that at least once a day, I believe every man, women too, I believe that every human being should test themselves once a day. That's growth. And that it could be, and what we teach is we teach one set to failure. We do 2 a days, right? You keep your routine, but on a separate part of the day, you've got to do push-ups to failure. You got to do sit-ups to failure. You got to do something to failure. You have to breach those limits. And that's what's going to get that next full workout to that next level, right? So that when I heard about yours, I was going through your podcast, listening to everything, and you were talking about that. I was like, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. And you know what? It's really easy for anybody out there who doesn't train, just to try to take themselves to failure. If that's 20 damn push-ups, so be it.
Yeah.
Take yourself to failure once a day. Breach that mental limit.
That's it. And that thing is going to failure shows you how much more you can do. Because that's the thing is like, you might be able to start off with 5 push-ups. So guess what? 6 the next time, 7 the next time. Next thing you know, you're doing 100 fucking push-ups without even breaking a fucking sweat, because that's how it starts. That's how you get past that. Once you get out of that comfort zone, and then once you're out of that comfort zone, you're in that zone, you understand, like, I can take it. And by taking it, you're going to go that much fucking harder.
100%, man. 100%. That's exactly where it's at. So I'm a true believer. And when I saw that we share that same mentality, I was like, yes, dude knows what's up.
That's it. I'm going to give you a quick story. When I had my mental breakdown and when I was going through that, one thing I told myself was I was going to start running. And at that moment in time, when I had that breakdown, I was 350 pounds completely out of shape, bro. I'm talking about, I don't even look how I look.
What's your height?
I'm 6'5".
350?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like just completely out of shape. And I told myself, I'm going to start running. I literally ran probably 2 blocks, which was less than a quarter mile. I literally ran 2 blocks. I'm like, okay. And I did 3 blocks the next week. I did 4 blocks the week after that. Next thing you know, I was running 10 miles every Monday, and it would take me an hour and 45 fucking minutes to do it. I would fucking run all the way around. My whole neighborhood would be honk their horn because they would see me running. They're like, we don't understand, but hey, you're doing it. And the next thing you know, I'm running 10 fucking miles. Not needing a break, just fucking moving. I'm not going fast, but I'm fucking moving. And I remember it being one of the greatest highlights that I've ever done, as in pushing myself beyond the comfort zone and staying in that zone where it's like, I feel good here.
Hell yeah, man. That's great, dude. That's it, man. People, I talk a lot about when people are getting back in, I have friends, I have family who will, right when they're thinking about getting back into the gym or back into routine, they go pick up all the supplements. I'm like, no. You're outstripping yourself.
Yeah.
You're way too ambitious. You need to start simple. Simple like you did and what you explained right there. That's where it's at. You want to get there? Well, give yourself some time to get there, but you got to build your focus on the very simple movements.
Yeah.
And it's not just getting going, man.
That's it. My daughter right now is 14 years old, and I've always been in fitness. I've always trained. I've always eaten well, and my kids have always seen that example as long as they can remember of when they were young, of seeing their dad eating healthy food, training, working out, exercising, and making it a priority. And my daughter just turned 14. She's like, Dad, she doesn't want to lose weight. She wants to get in shape. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to build muscle. I'd like to be better. And we literally just had a conversation last night where she was like, well, I can get some weight because, she's like, I'm going to get some weights. I'm going to go get it. As I told her, I was like, no, for the first 2 weeks, guess what? Let's focus on what you eat and how to eat. So we literally walked out a little meal plan, something basic, something simple, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, just to get her in that mindset. Because I had a whole conversation to her about telling you, don't worry about working out. Let's worry about this first step, because this first step is going to lead into the working out. The working out, anybody can go to the gym and work out, but the thing is to have the prepared mindset to go to the gym and correctly do it is what I'm trying to help her focus in on. It's like, okay, I understand how important working out is, but let me look at how I'm being before I start this.
100%, man. You got to start with those fundamentals.
Yeah.
Exactly where it's at. Too many people, they're way too ambitious, way too soon.
Yeah. No, people always want to jump the gun because just like you said, people want to buy supplements. People want to buy pre-workout. People want to buy all these things that's going to give them an advantage and a boost. But the thing is, they don't understand. It's not an advantage. It's not a boost. It's a crutch, because now all of a sudden it's something that it's required for you to do it. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, I use pre-workout. Now, pre-workout is meant to, if you don't have the energy and the drive after a long ass fucking day, you're exhausted, you have no juice in the tank, guess what? Then you can use it. But if you feel good and you're ready and your mindset's ready, pre-workout is not a fucking thing. Supplements are not a fucking thing. It is not needed because you can get everything you need just from the supplements from food. But the thing is it's that trigger point that people think, I need this to get a great workout. I was like, no, you don't need that to get a great workout. You need yourself to get a great fucking workout.
100%, man. I can't tell you. I travel a lot, and within days, I'm maybe 3-4 cities. Dude, I'm tired. I train, and I train with nothing. I don't take anything. I do it because I know I can do it. I've got it in me, and I dig deep and I find it. But that's what people have to figure out. How do I work up to that? To, trusting in myself, and to also story trap in the bullshit. That's a lie. You're tired. No, you've got it. Your body can go. You're tired. Your mind's tired, but your body can absolutely do this.
Yep. And that's the thing, is when your mind is going in that direction, your body will automatically follow. That's a lot of times what people, like, I always make a destination goal, like, okay, this is where I'm going. So I think about, in my mind's eye, getting there. And then to get to that point, I understand, as long as I'm thinking about it, I'm going to get there. As long as I fucking put my objective of the day from point A to point B, and then from wherever else I need to go. But the thing is I'm constantly thinking, this is what I'm doing. So by me having that mindset and focus on how to get to where I'm going, guess the fuck what? You're going to automatically fucking do it. Your body will you there, because it understands that you need to get there.
100%, man. Everybody's got it in them.
Yeah, everybody fucking does, man. And that's the purpose of this podcast. That's the purpose of this show, is to help people understand that it's as simple and as primal as understanding it's up to you to do it.
Yes.
I love that shit.
Amen, dude. Amen. Man, I want to tell just anybody who's listening out there a little bit also about how the gym works, because I know people are like, mindset gym. Yeah, it is a gym because we have monthly cycles. You had I went through your podcast, and you had a guy named Flat Earth Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was a fun podcast, man.
Thank you.
I looked at it, and he talked about how the moon it controls the cycles of the month and the weeks and all that. Yeah. Well, all of our training cycles start on new moons. So
there you go.
That you start on the new moon, and new moons mean new intention. I follow astrological energy. I tap into everything. As above, so below. As within, so without.
Yes.
So above, always watching the stars, always watching the energy. And so we begin on the new moon because it means new intentions. Yeah. So everybody's starting out. What's your new intention? Full moon is the culmination of all those new intentions. And sometimes the intentions you had maybe 6 months ago on a new moon is the culmination you're experiencing during the full moon. But when you train for 21 days out of the month starting on the new moon, well, then you've got a little gap there between that next new moon. Take a break. That's your window. It's a positive residual window. You always know. And for those who maybe don't want to go as hard as maybe you and I, you want to take a little bit of break, structure it with the moon, man. That's how we got it aligned. You've got that break right then and there. Start right back up with a new intention. There's more meaning to it. Men of the past, man, they steered their ships on this shit. They went to war on this shit.
Yep.
Men don't tap into the stars like they used to.
No, not at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not at all, man. So that's what we dial into. And that's why our training rounds begin every new moon.
That's good.
Makes it much more impactful.
Oh yeah, no, and it definitely gives you, with that whole setup with that, it definitely gives you that point of reference. Like, the world is turning, the world is moving, and guess what? It's time to get it started.
100%. You're tapped into a bigger idea.
Yeah.
A whole other standing. And also you're looking up there and you're honoring the stars as much as you're honoring what's down here. Therefore, you're not going to be completely consumed by what's down here.
Man, like I said, that's deep, brother. That is deep. And that's the thing, is like, that's why I'm having you on, is because people understanding that it's as simple as reaching out to you to be able to like get that next level mindset. You know what I'm saying? To have the literature, to have the messages, for people to understand that the path to success starts with the mind, and it starts with you setting yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Setting yourself up to succeed. And it's just one of those things, is like I said, I see your post, I see what you're doing, and that mindset, it needs to be taught, but it also needs to be learned.
Yep. 100% it does, man. Definitely needs to be learned. I'm this path I've been walking for a long time. A lot of times the things that I've developed, man, I look back and go, what the hell is it? What is that? I'm just tapped into some higher source, man. And that's, as long as I stay there, I know I'm walking the path. As long as I stay true to myself, I'm walking the path. I don't get caught up in, like I said, I have to do videos, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, man, just stay true to the source. and the right people will come. People who are ready for the message, leaders.
Yes. Let me tell you right now, man, that right there in itself is something that is inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we all walk our paths, we all learn our ways. But the thing is if you can get a jump start on that path, a jump start on that wave, if you know, because just like how we talked, you know, we all have that trigger moment where we figure it the fuck out. But the thing is if you can get a guide to that fucking trigger point, the guide to that starting knowledge, it's something that can really change your destiny.
100%. Yeah. And that's it, man. You've got that voice is calling all the time. And you sometimes it gets louder, and hopefully it does for people. But a lot of times, man, you just have to get quiet enough to hear it. And then you'll find that source that's going to provide you with that next step. That's
it. That next step is the biggest step. That's that's the thing too, is like the what's the saying? The first step of your life is always the biggest step of your life, but also too, that first step is the path that you carve. And when you carve out that path, you make your way. It's just, you know, it's always crazy how that turns out. You know what I'm saying? I love to see success stories. I love to see motivation. I love to see people making a difference in the world. And that's what you're doing. You're making a difference. You're helping men. You're helping people. You're helping those who can tap into this higher power, but they just need to fucking open the door.
Higher power, man. Conscious creativity, life. Day-to-day life is creativity. Most people don't see it that way. Every single choice is creativity, like an artist. You're constantly making choices that create this life. If it's not good, fucking A, you're not a good artist right now. Get back to the basics. Go to art school. It's in the mind.
That's it. That is it. You know what I'm saying? Pick up the tools, practice, because life needs to be practiced. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't practice anything. And when you don't practice shit, you don't get good at it.
Yeah. They're just practicing mostly just old patterns.
Yeah, that's it.
Results.
You know what I'm saying? It's, like I said, with the digital deprivation, murdered out mindset, just setting things up the way you're speaking is going to greatly help everyone around.
I hope so, man. I hope so. It's been a good path, man. I'm really grateful for the guys I have training with me at the gym, the members. Really grateful. These guys are guys who really seek out knowledge, like you said. These are people who've been seeking out knowledge, and they're getting better. Again, I always say they're getting better at applying it because you're constantly seeking. And that's what we should all be doing. Don't stop. Don't ever stop seeking. The day you stop seeking, the day you stop developing is the day you cease to exist as a man.
And with that being said, brother, thank you for coming on. Let the people here know where they can find you and what to look for in the future.
Yo, man, social media, I keep it streamlined to one platform. That's it. Well, I take that back. My girl runs our TikTok. But that's I believe I don't know what it is. Find my Instagram.
I'll find it. I'll put it in the links.
But yeah, my Instagram is Arlen J Mindset. That's pretty much what I operate on. It has less bullshit. That's why I stay there. But then you've got ProdigyMindset.com. I've got ArlenJThreads.com. You know, Arlen J Threads is my creative expression as well when it comes down to streetwear. I love streetwear. We both share lids.
That's it. This hat that I'm wearing, for those who are watching, that's where it came from.
It's our dojo. It's one of our programs. It's our extensive program. We just had military run that. But yeah, man. So you got Arlen J Threads, ProdigyMindset.com. That's where I'm at.
And I'll put all the links in the notes. And guess the fuck what? We'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Never die. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living.